1億兆とかはあるんですけど、それでもこの宇宙の、距離はもう数えられない状況なんです。なのでアッラスバナなどのこの宇宙はどれだけ広いか、それは本当に、想像できない。
Okay, this is the sun, this is the earth. Earth spins on its own axis. Allah mentioned in the Quran, 24 hours a day and night. It goes around the sun, 365,000 miles, days a year. And similarly, this is the black hole. We just talked a little earlier with the kids. It is new discovery in the month of April. Scientists estimated 200 scientists. They spent 2 years collecting all the data from 8 telescopes around the earth, and they combined those data to come up with the size of the black hole. Black hole you cannot see because light goes into the black hole. It is so powerful. Anything goes into the black hole can never come out. But this is the first time you are looking at the picture of a black hole. You cannot see the black hole, but you can see its picture. And how big it is, just to give an idea, this is the earth, it's 8,000 miles in diameter. This is the sun, 860,000 miles. And this black hole is how big it is? 25 billion miles. Or in other words, if you collect 3 million earths, collect them, that will be the size of this black hole. And how far it is, what it is, scientists just found this at a distance of 30 million trillion miles away from the earth. You can see it is so far and so big. Luckily we are safe, because if you are close to the black hole, it will be all gone, long time. Earth will become completely consumed and so on. So Allah's vast universe has a lot of things yet to be discovered. And there are 7 heavens, Allah mentioned in the Quran, one above the other, we'll talk about it.
で先ほどの、写真なんですけど、そちら、ブラックホールで最近4月29年、発見された、ものなんですけど、それの、広さについてちょっと先ほどの、イメージがあったんですけど、世界の、その何倍ぐらいの広さのものなんですけど、そのブラックホールの一番重要なところは、重力なんです。でそれはもうものすごく重力で全てのものを、そのブラックホールの中に引っ張り出して、でその中に入るものはもう二度戻れないという状況になっています。なのでアッラスバナタラの、恵みで我々はそういった危険さよりも、いつも見守っていただいています。
Okay, so this is the 7 heavens. As you can see, we are in the first one. We don't know its size. We have a hard time to find the size of the black hole. Now we found something, but how big is this first universe? You have no idea. Then you have second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. When the Prophet ﷺ was in Makkah early days, one night Angel Jibreel came and said, Ya Rasulullah, Allah wants to talk with you. He invited you. So both of them went to Jerusalem, they prayed with all other prophets in Al-Aqsa Masjid. Then he ascended the heaven, both of them. And when they came to the boundary of the 7th heaven, like this, it has a name in the Quran. That is the junction point. Angel Jibreel said, Ya Rasulullah, this is my limit. I cannot cross anymore. I cannot go anymore. I will be completely destroyed. And he used to stay there, and he used to come to the Prophet so many times with messages, revelation, consultation, or in the war, in the home, in so many places. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam traveled along. Allah showed him all the unknowns. What will happen in the grave? What will happen in the day of judgment? What is the reward of a good deed in the heaven? What is the punishment of a bad deed in the hellfire? He was shown all those things. And he was sent back to the earth, so he was able to describe those things. You can read on all those things in the hadith.
今まで先ほど我々はもう、宇宙はどれだけ広いかについて、少し想像についていろいろ、イメージを見て拝見したんですけど、でもこれは、一つ目の空のことなんです。その上に7段の空も、ございまして、である日の預言者マハマドさんの、 預言者モハメドさんを、アラスバナタラのところに、連れて行くために、メッセージの天使ガブリエルが、ある日はいらっしゃって、その時に、もう7段の最高のレベルまでは、シドラトルムンタハというんですけど、そこまで一緒に連れて行って、でそれ以上はもう、私登れる権利はないというふうに言って、もう、一人でいらっしゃってくださいというふうにおっしゃって、でその時にそのところからポイントから、アラスバナタラのところに、一人でいらっしゃいました。でアラスバナタラはいろんな秘密なことを、預言者マハサラさんに、教えていただいて、でいろいろちょっと見学させていただいたという状況だったんです。
So if you can come a little more, we have some brothers waiting outside.
Yeah, please.
Appreciate. Jazakallah khair. You can come. You can have someone come here. Can you still see it? No. Only thing you move your head. Okay, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Okay, inshallah. So this is about outer space astronomy. So we are going to talk about physics. And this scientist, Greek scientist, he first proposed atomic theory. And it has electrons, neutrons, protons. Modern science can even split an atom. Allah knows everything, even what is inside an atom. See Sabah verse number 3. Nothing is unknown to him. Similarly, okay.
先ほどご覧になったものはもうその物理学なんですけど、その原子について我々まだもちろんいろんな情報はあるんですけど、でも当時、1400年前にアラスバナターラはそれをコランの中に、何も情報は預言者になかったところでそれを教えていただきました。なのでそれはもう、アラスバナターラのミラクルなんです。
Geography, this gentleman first predicted water cycle. Water continuously around the earth, continuously moves. It doesn't stay. Like from the rivers and ocean, it rises in the form of steam, forms cloud, cools down, and then rain comes. That is called water cycle. It is happening continuously. This gentleman first predicted water cycle. Allah mentioned about the water cycle in the Quran, about the rain, how he produced crops of different colors. Zumar verse number 21. There are 60 to 70 places Allah mentioned about the rain. See, we keep reading the same verses again and again. The scientists, they go through each of the verses and they discover why Allah is saying about the rain here, why here, and they discover many things.
こちらチリなんですけど、このチリ
This is another place Allah mentioned about the rain, Waqiyah 68 to 70. This is Surah Yasin 34, Garden of Date, Palms and Grapes. So many places Allah is reminding us about the vegetation, fruits, different tastes, different colors, different shapes. We benefit. These are the byproducts of the rain.
先ほどチリについていろいろ説明があったんですけど、そのチリの一番重要なところとしては、水循環なんです。でこの水循環はもう1580年にはもう、一番最初、発見されてたんですけど、でもコーランの中にそれは1400年前に、もう記載されてあったということなんです。でコーランの60から70箇所に、こういった雨については、いろいろちょっと記載があるんですけど、でも毎回違うことについて、違うことで雨のことが来てましたので、それは、科学者として一つ大きなヒントで、いろんな新しいこともそれから、プロダクト、バイプロダクトとして出てきたということなんです。
This is about geology. We have mountains. Like here we have mountains. Right everywhere there is mountains. Allah mentioned about it and verse number 6 and 7. They act like autar, pegs. It is holding the earth's surface in their places so it doesn't shake. That is the purpose. And this gentleman, Frank Press, he was a scientific advisor to President Carter. He wrote a book on Earth, and he mentioned about the mountains, and he used many Quranic references to explain the mountains. And there are many places about the mountains. This is another place, Al-Anbiya 31. And not only that, now scientists say wherever we have mountains, it goes deep into the Earth's surface, as deep as 9 times, to hold the Earth's surface in their places.
なぜこの世界はもう完全に平地ではなくて山もあって平地もあって、そういうふうに、もうきれいに、 飾られているかといいますと、アッラースバハナタアラは、それの背景も、コーランの中にも、教えていただいてます。なのでその山があるところのもう、深さまでは、釘として釘のように、この世界を、抱えている、こういったセッティングはアッラースバハナタアラは、もちろん作っていただいて、でそれもコーランの中にも、記載して我々に教えていただいています。
This is about oceanography. Allah mentioned about it in the Quran, Ar-Rahman, verse number 19 and 20. There are many places, it is salt water and sweet water, and they do not mix. That's what Allah mentioned about it. They maintain their barriers, barzakh. This is another place. This gentleman, William Hay, is the Dean of Marine Science, University of Colorado, Denver. And he did all the research on the Quranic verses about the rain, about the two seas, why they do not mix, at what condition they will mix. He is the authority of these Quranic verses. He can explain. He has a lot of research, lot of publication, lot of data, and he came up with a lot of recommendation and so on. Just to give an idea, this is the Mediterranean Sea, and this is Atlantic Ocean. We have Morocco over there, Gibraltar. This is called Strait of Gibraltar. Water flows from one side to the other side. So the water of the Mediterranean Sea is more saltish because it is much smaller as compared to Atlantic Ocean. And when they cross each other, they do not mix like this. See, this is salt water, this is sweet water. They can run hundreds of miles without joining together.
海洋学なんですけど、先ほどご覧になった通りに、2種類の、水があっても、それはもう、何も壁がないのに、それはもう、一緒に混ざらないという状況なんです。で、コーランの中にも、いろんな学について、医学とか地理とか海洋学についても、これについてもアッラースバハナタアラは我々に教えていただいています。で、1400年前にそういった状況を、ヨメシマ先生はもう知るもうきっかけは何もなかったのに、でそれは、アッラースバハナタアラのご指摘で、ご指示で、そのコーランの、経典のコーランに、掲示されています。
Similarly, if you go deep into the water, what happens? Allah mentioned about it, layered darkness. That means if you go deep into the water, the darkness gradually increases. It is not uniform. And just to give an idea, if the light falls on the water, light has 7 colors, like this. Each color goes up to a certain depth and stops. The red light goes up to 45 feet. Orange, yellow, green, and after 3,000 feet it is complete darkness. What does it mean? It means that if you go deep into the water, say if you go Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean or Sea of Japan, right here, go deep, say 50 feet. You go 50 feet, below 45 feet, and you have a cut. You are bleeding red blood, right? Unless your blood is not red. Anybody is here whose blood is not red? If your blood is red and you are bleeding at 50 feet, you will not see your blood because there is no red light. That's what it is. Every light stops up to a certain depth. And after 3,000 feet, it is complete darkness. That's what Allah is describing, layered darkness.
海洋学についてさらになんですけど、虹をご覧になったと思うんですけど、虹のこの、いろんな色があるんですけど、この色はいろんな段階で海の中にもう光が入るときにはもう一つずつ消えてしまう。例えば赤なんですけど、この30から40フィートまでには赤は見えるんですけど、その下に、例えばもう怪我して切ってしまった場合は、血液が出た時にも、自分の血液は見えない。なぜかと言いますと、そこまではもう赤の、色が届かないという状況になっています。で、3000フィートまで行った時にもう完全に自分もその、隣の同行者も、一緒に行った人も、他に何も見れない状況になっています。
This is our biology. Every living thing is 80% water. We are living, right? We have in our body 80% is water. That's why when you feel bad, drink a lot of water. you'll feel much better. And also children, drink a lot of water, not Coca-Cola. How about that? There is a, so that's one of the mission NASA has when they send any probe to any planet. One of the mission is find water. If there is water, there is a possibility of living things over there. Like Mars has water. It doesn't have rivers and ocean, but it has different small pockets of water. So water is very vital. Allah mentioned about it in many places. This is one place, Al-Anbiya 30, from water every living thing. This is Al-Furqan 54, man from water. This is An-Nur 45, every moving living creature from water. Water is vital for every living thing.
生物学なんですけど、人間の 80% は、水で作られているというふうに言われて、今証明されてるんですけど、それはコーランの中に1400年前にも記載されてあったということなんです。なので、その水があることはもう、生き物が、生き残れるという状況なので、今、火星のプロジェクトに一番重要な、トピックとしてはもうお水は探すことは、大きな目標としてます。で、火星にはもうお水はあったということなんです。
This is about geology. We have animals, you can see them. They live in communities. We think that they're just walking at random, eating anywhere, sleep anywhere. Allah mentioned about them that they live in communities like us. Al-An'am, verse number 38. And they have a lot of unity, they help each other, they have communities and so on. This is about the bee. This gentleman, he is a French scientist. In 1973, he did research on the behavior and communication of bees. And he got Nobel Prize. How about that? And he used many Quranic verses to understand how the bees behave. How 100,000 bees live together. They do not fight. Like we humans are good in fighting, especially we Muslims. Everywhere, continuous fighting, groups, disagreement, all kinds of things going on. So Allah has reason for this to put in the Quran. To learn how they behave, how 100,000 collect honey together for the benefit of mankind. And there are many, many references. As you can see, they have female, male, queen, and so on.
動物学についてなんですけど、我々はもう、動物はもう、脳性動物はもうその目標なしでもういろいろフラフラ回ってるというふうに、見てるんですけど、実際はそうではなくて全ての動物の、その動物の社会があるということなんです。で、特に、蜂についてコーラの中にも、特に一つ章もあるんですけど、フランス人、学者フランス人科学者のこの方は、蜂についていろいろ研究して、それで、ノーベル賞を受賞した、ことがあったということなんです。で、一つその蜂に、10万以上の蜂があるんですけど、それでもう喧嘩しないでもう、みんな一斉に働いて蜂を集めてる、その蜂蜜を集めてるということは、コーラの中にも、もうすごい、明確に記載されてあります。
Just to give an idea, this is any colony has one queen. What is her job? Her job is to lay 2,000 eggs per day. Lot of eggs, right? And there are workers, they are all female. Their job is to bring food, build house, clean, everything. Household work. Their number is 10 to 50,000. And there are workers, they call it drone, male, their number is very small, 100 to 500. They have a very short job, mate and die. Once they mate, they have to die. All the dead bees you can see on the ground are male bees. Think about human being, if you have this situation, what did you do? So Allah is thankful, right? So this is their work structure. That's how they distribute, work together, continuously collect honey for the benefit of mankind. It has a lot of benefits, lot of medicine, lot of antiseptic, lot of benefits about the bees, honeys.
こちらは、蜂の、種類なんですけども、一番上にご覧になったものは、王女クイーンであって、 でそれ、その蜂の、なんていうんですか、もちろんそのリードすることも目的なんですけど、1日、2000本以上、卵を、産んでいるということなんです。でその後はもうその1万から5万の、作業者がいるんですけど、その作業者の目的はもうきれいにその蜂をきれいにして、で外からも、その蜂を持ってくる。それはもうその女の蜂だけで、男の蜂は、そのなんていうか、その生産、その産むために、その役割としては、その産むだけなんです。でその後はもう、死んでいるということなんです。
Similarly, the ants, they work very hard. Now scientists say they don't even sleep. We sleep 6 to 8 hours, right? They don't sleep. They continuously run. And not only that, now scientists say closest to human on the earth is the ants. And there are a lot of things they do for the benefit of mankind. Sulaiman As-Salaam, the prophet, he used to understand the voice of the sounds of the language of the ants. He heard the voice. Ants are alerting each other to stay away from the path of his army, and he stopped. Allah liked that warning so much, he put in the Quran. And they have a lot of good things. They bury their dead body like we do. They have a sophisticated system of division of labor with manager, supervisor, foreman, worker. How about that? Like they do, like you have in a plant. And they meet once in a while and chat. How about that? Is it a good thing? I ask our youngsters, if you want to chat, come to the masjid. Don't chat with the strangers. It happened, we lost our children. On the other side, the other guy is something dangerous. So chat in the masjid with your Muslim friend. And they have an advanced method of communication among themselves. They hold regular markets to exchange goods. So beautiful. How many of you exchange goods with each other? Sometimes we do, if he is from my country, he is speak my language, we do once in a while. Can you share your goods, gift with someone you don't even know? He entered into the masjid, you don't even know him. Just because he is a Muslim, I want to give him a gift. Can you do that? Very difficult, right? That is the habit of the Prophet ﷺ. Whenever he used to receive any gift, he used to give it away to his companions. He never held back. Each of the companions used to think that the Prophet loved him most. Some of the companions were so much attached with him, they left after Isha to come for Fajr, right? And they used to come in the middle of the night to the Prophet, that, Ya Rasulullah, I want to see you right now. I cannot wait till Fajr to see you. It is too late, too painful for me to wait till Fajr. I have to see you right now. We are so much attached. We are so much detached. We are circling with our language, our country, our culture, and so many ways. We are divided into different groups. So this is the thing to learn from the ants. And they store their grain in winter.
であるについてもコーランに一つ章があるんですけど、それも、なんて言いますか、最近発見したところで、もうアリの社会もすごいしっかりしたその人間と、ほぼ、近い社会になっているというなんです。例えば特に、もう死んだ後には埋葬されているし、でその社会の中にもそのいろんな段差が、例えばそのマネージャーとかスーパーバイザーとか作業者とか、そういった、奴隷とか、いろんなものも、その社会にもある。でもう自分たちでその、ちゃんとコミュニケーションも取ってますし、もう、そのお土産の交換とかもされていて、それは、ヨメシャ・モハメドさんの、一つ、マナーであったということもあったんです。なのでそういったその小さな、生き物であっても、そこから我々を学ぶことはもうたくさんあるということなんです。そのためにコーランの中にこの生き物、この生物に対して、一つ章も記載されてあります。
This embryology is a very big subject, very big subject. So many scientific discoveries were made from embryology in the Quran. Lot of scientific information. So I am to share with you a few of them. This is about the DNA. It is an acid. This is human egg. We are all born out of these things. Every human being has 100 trillion cells organized in chromosomes, 23 pairs of chromosomes like that. There are references, as you can see. What this DNA means, Allah put all the genetic information like a data bank. when you are growing in the mother's womb, what will be the color of your hair, how height you will be, how much sickness you will have. Everything about you is defined into the blueprint, like a blueprint into the data bank in the DNA. That's how you are made in the mother's womb. And if you try to write down all the information about the DNA, it will take 450,000 pages. Lot of information. No two DNA can ever be same. Modern day criminal investigation can be traced using the DNA. Police, FBI, they use the standard. If some crime happens, they can find the evidence. They find person's DNA and find it. Not only that, there are people who are convicted 25, 30 years back. Now they found out that person was innocent because their DNA test doesn't match. So these are the benefits of the DNA. Also, there are a lot of scientific discoveries, modern medical discoveries using the DNA, perinatal diagnostics, stem cell research. Good example is somebody has cancer. His father had cancer, he has cancer, his son will have cancer. Good example is women. 50% of the women, if the mother has breast cancer, very likely her daughter will have breast cancer. Almost 50%, highest. Now how do you stop this thing? It is possible that before the child is born, you can remove those cancerous cells and the child will be born cancer free. Those are the new technology, new medical science, because Allah already put those information. You can detect those cancerous cells and make it removable and better. Also stem cell research, there are many things you can do. Good example is at Houston we have all the big doctors, they started heart transplant. Good example. All the best doctors of the world, they are over there. So now it is very difficult to find heart. Somebody has a heart problem, you want to replace it, you cannot find the heart. There is no donors. So one of the option is, most of the time heart is okay. I mean, everything works okay. Only weak point is the valve. The valve which regulates the blood becomes weak and it cannot hold the pressure. So you can make your own valve outside through a stem cell research and implant on your heart. Replace your heart valve, old heart valve with a new valve, and you can keep going. See, you have a new life with a new valve. These are possible because Allah put information into the DNA. So these are the advancement of technologies, medical sciences, just to isolate and benefit for mankind.
その発生学なんですけど、その発生学の中にその DNA、その遺伝情報はもう非常に重要なものであって、我々の髪の色とか目の色とか高さとか病気とかそれの全ての情報は記載されているという状況で、それはもう紙にもし書こうとしたらもう45万ページになってしまうという状況なんです。で、そのいろんなその組織がその犯人とかを探すために、いろんな研究のためにもこういった遺伝情報も、研究しているなんです。いろいろちょっと話が長くなるんですけど、例えば乳がんの、ある、お母さんたちの子どもたちのその 50% 以上の娘たちの、乳がんになる確率は、あるというふうに言われてるんですけど、その遺伝情報のおかげでその乳がんになるそのセルだけ抜けばその子はもうそのがんにならない、乳がんにならないということも、今そのいろいろ研究で発見されているということなんです。
So there are body parts also. There are roughly 200 body parts. They are made out of your DNA. Each of them is different. They have different functions. Their shape is different. The property is different. Good example: liver cell. Anything you eat goes through the liver. It is like a filter. It processes your food. And each of them has different functions: heart, lung, brain. All kinds of cells are there. And the DNA information provided, and the cells gradually grow. That's how each of your part is different. And they get the information. There is no confusion. Each knows where to find the information, like a big IT department. Billions of data is flowing from the DNA to make your cells, and so on. It is happening. Each part of your body is fully customized. And there are continuous development of body parts. It can